What's up? It's Adam, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about your emotions and how your emotions are not a representation of how well you're doing in life necessarily. Now, I like the idea that what is life? Life is your emotions. How are you feeling most of the time? Do you want to feel angry and frustrated all your life? Or do you want to feel happy, fulfilled, content, at peace? I think there's something to be said about that as well. However, I also believe that you're going to experience the plethora of emotions that are available to you as a human being. Sometimes you're going to feel down, sometimes you're going to feel better than other days. Sometimes you're going to feel frustrated. That's okay. Sometimes you're going to feel lonely or sad, and that's okay too. All of these emotions should be embraced, accepting all emotions, because as is said, you can't have the ups without the downs. So when you have these more challenging emotions, it'll make you appreciate it more when you have those periods of achievement, fulfillment. If you're getting those from natural causes like working towards a goal, delayed gratification, unlike quick gratification where you watch porn, you smoke weed, you drink alcohol. I don't these aren't as sustainable, and they're not as rewarding as having to work for these kinds of feelings like dopamine, which comes from delayed gratification and exerting yourself over a set period of time. Now, what I want to say though is that, for example, I'm changing my habits where, I used to drink coffee, maybe I used to watch porn, I used to masturbate, but I've stopped doing these things, stopped eating processed foods, stopped eating processed sugars, and I may relapse, but ideally, I replace these habits and I addict myself to delayed gratification, and I addict myself to other more sustainable and fulfilling habits over time. I'm dropping the coping mechanisms, I'm dropping the security blankets, and then we'll have to develop the ability to cope with stress through natural means. Maybe you learn breath work or learn to reframe things so that you're able to handle the different kinds of challenges that you're going to experience in life, but not using these other forms of coping mechanisms that are really keeping you stuck. And this is my point, is that when you do these things, such as maybe you're smoking weed, you're drinking alcohol, maybe it's even something like drinking coffee, watching porn, masturbation, these things can feel good in the moment, but is your life really getting better in the long term? Is your life really getting better? These things are taking up your mental capital, they're taking up your time, they're taking up your finances. When you go drink a coffee, it's not just a coffee. You're then thinking about it when you wake up. It's taking up your mind, your mental capital. Then you have to go buy it, so it's taking up your time as well. You have to travel to the store, you have to buy the coffee, you have to make the coffee. So now that's your time. You never get that time back. Your time is said to be your most valuable asset. Not only that, then it's your finances as well. How much are you spending on a daily basis, weekly, monthly, yearly basis? And what could you be spending that money on instead? So it's some things to think about, and you can then take that same framework and apply it to all your habits and everything that you do. And is it really worth it in the long term? And this is the thing, is that, again, these things can feel good in the moment, but is your life really any better with it? Or is it any worse without it? Same thing with, say, when you're changing your habits, or when you do feel bad, and you could go just eat a bunch of sugar, you could just go smoke some weed, drink some alcohol, and you might feel good in the moment. But again, is your life getting any better? If you were not to do those things, but maybe just you embraced the way you were feeling, whatever it is, whatever those challenging emotions are, you embrace them, and as well as recognize that they're there to serve you, your emotions are there to serve you, you also develop emotional control and you become more resilient rather than trying to run from your emotions. Wherever you go, there you are. You cannot run. But people think they can run from their emotions. You get into the club and you don't feel comfortable, so you think, oh, if I move over here, I move over there. In the bar, in the club. But no, that's where you're at. Wherever you go, there you are. Embrace however you're feeling. Embrace where you're at. And realize that just because maybe you don't feel happy in the moment, that doesn't mean that your external reality equates to how you feel. Your external reality, just because you don't feel good in the moment, doesn't necessarily mean your life is getting worse. Your life could actually be getting better, but you don't feel good in the moment. Just the same, just because you feel good in the moment doesn't mean your life is getting better in actuality. So realize that. And look at your habits and figure out ways to replace those habits with more sustainable and productive habits that are really going to serve you in your life, not be taking from you, not taking your mental capital, not taking your time capital, but instead adding to your life. And again, just because you don't feel good in the moment doesn't mean that your life is in a bad place. In fact, when you're changing your habits, when you're living a disciplined lifestyle, that means that maybe your stomach isn't full, but your body maybe is getting to the point that you would like it to get to. Or maybe when you're in the gym and you're working out and you feel the pain from exerting yourself, that doesn't necessarily mean either that that's a bad thing. In fact, the pain is a good thing. It's a good pain when you're exerting your muscles and you're pushing yourself in that way. That means you're getting stronger. Well, just the same, when you're pushing yourself emotionally and doing things that challenge you in that sense, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It could be a good thing. It means you're getting stronger. It means you're exercising your mental muscle. So I just wanted to make this video about this topic. It was on my mind. And as well, again, I'm here to serve. I'm here to help you in your dating goals. The thing is even with dating, again, it's an emotional muscle. It might not feel good in the moment when you're exerting yourself and pushing yourself and pushing past your internal barriers, limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, self-doubt. Sometimes it's painful in an emotional sense to go talk to that girl and maybe she rejects you, which means maybe she just says, oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, I'm not interested. Walks away. That's the rejection, quote unquote. And maybe it feels painful emotionally, but that is you getting stronger. The more you subject yourself to that, the easier it gets, the more opportunities you take, and the more closer you get to finding that girl that you resonate with, that is your dream girl, that you end up starting a romantic relationship with, because you're able to push through that pain. The pain of approaching, the pain of making the attempt. So this relates not only to dating, but all aspects of life, but also to your dating life as well, and getting better socially, meeting people. It's the same in every endeavor you're going to go on. I used to skateboard, and falling down was a part of the process. But funny enough, just the same as people don't want to go take the rejection, they don't want to go put themselves out there, they don't want to feel silly, they don't want to feel goofy, or maybe they don't want to feel different than what their ego or what their self-concept says they are, so they'd rather just live in this reality of their life, not actually trying to accomplish something, because they don't want to face the reality that everyone will face if you're out there taking shots, making the attempts, which is that you are going to fail. You aren't going to be able to get every girl. That is unrealistic. That's not going to happen. But then when you realize that and you're willing to face reality and see what you're really made of, you appreciate reality more than living in a false reality of your mind, never really attempting things, never really trying. So make the attempt, realize rejection is normal, realize falling down is a part of the process. Just like in skateboarding, for me, you fall down, and people think that they're going to skateboard and they're never going to fall down, but you're going to fall down. You're going to be at the skate park, you're going to be out in public, and a girl's going to walk away. She's not going to be interested. It's about how you handle it when you walk away. Can you keep yourself in a positive mood? Can you clap your hands and be like, that was awesome? Hell yeah. On to the next one. Good job, Adam. Right? You tell yourself, good job. You focus on your actions. You learn to keep yourself in a positive state of mind, regardless of what you are experiencing externally. You don't take that negativity into the next interaction, and you do it again. And that is the skill. That is the skill you are cultivating. Self-control, self-mastery, emotional control. It's like going to the gym and building your muscles. You got to break them down to build them up. You got to break down your ego. You got to break down yourself emotionally and challenge yourself. Ride that edge. Push your comfort zone. The more that you do that, the more resilient you get, the stronger you get, the more action you take, and the more likely you are to eventually find the women that you resonate with. Then you come together. It's a win-win. She wants to take things further. You learn to be able to move things forward, be the man, be a leader. That's what the woman wants. That's what you need to do. You need to be the one to take action, and that's the only thing you have control over. So that's what this is about. And again, what I was going to say is that this journey is hard. It's hard. Everything is difficult when you're alone. Maybe you don't have the support that you need. Ultimately, you need to support yourself. You need to be your own best friend. You need to validate yourself. You need to value your own opinion above others and rely on yourself, develop that self-reliance, but as well, getting around people that you can mastermind with, getting around people that you can bounce ideas off of, that will support you, and people that you can learn from that maybe have been here on this journey longer than you, have a ton of experience, and can pass that knowledge and wisdom onto you so that you can realize that what you're going through is normal. Be willing to take that feedback. Again, are you willing to take that critical feedback? Are you willing to take that criticism? Are you willing to hear the truth and have somebody lay it out for you honestly and give you that feedback? Well, that's what I do. That's what I can do. I'm offering 30-minute phone calls, strategy calls, for people that want to take this to the next level, for people that want to get serious about their results, serious about their success. Realize you're not always going to be able to do this. You are going to die one day. Do you want to take 10 years of your life to try to learn this on your own and reinvent the wheel? Or do you want to learn from others? Everybody gets coaches. There is no shame in that. There's no difference socializing than there is with an athletic endeavor. Why not get a coach? Why not get a mentor? Why not bounce ideas off people and learn from somebody so that you can accelerate your learning and take things further than you could if you were to try to do it on your own? So hit me up if that's you. If you can take that feedback, if you want to learn faster, if you want to get the results quicker, accelerate your learning, bounce ideas off of one another, take that critical feedback. If you can take it, if you can handle it, if you're serious about this, if you want to be professional about this, hit me up. Take advantage of this free 30-minute strategy call, which I'm not going to be offering indefinitely. So hit me up, datingdestruction@gmail.com. As well, I offer other services like in-field trainings, so you can inquire about those too if those interest you. Otherwise, leave a comment. Let's get some discussion going. Let me know what struggles you are having in the field. Let me know what kinds of things that you're dealing with. What kind of experiences are you having? Are you even getting out there? Are you having trouble even leaving your house? Let me know. Let's get some talk going. Let's get some mastermind going. As well, like and subscribe the video if you made it this far. And until next time, peace out, my brothers.